Okay, so Kylie Jenner's former assistant Victoria has officially started podcasting, and she is not holding back. She recently sat down and gave us the full breakdown of what it was actually like working alongside Kylie for years, how it started, how it ended, and why their friendship somehow came out of it even stronger. And honestly, this is one of those stories I've been wanting to hear for a while now because Victoria never really went away. She's still very much in Kylie's circle, still hanging out with her, still showing up on social media. So the fact that she's now openly talking about her time as Kylie's assistant is kind of a big deal. We're going to get into all of that, plus some interesting tea that's come up on her podcast involving a Grammy-winning song, and also what Kylie herself has been up to recently, including why she straight up deleted her social media apps off her phone. Let's start from the beginning. So Victoria worked as Kylie's assistant from around 2015 to 2019. But she didn't just walk into that role. She actually got her start working for the entire Kardashian Jenner family through Jenner Communications, where she was brought on as an intern. And here's the thing, she wasn't getting paid. She said that at the time, unpaid internships were just the norm. She had literally just come from an internship at Vogue, which famously got into legal trouble for not compensating their interns. So she's seen that world from both sides. She mentioned that she was essentially the last unpaid intern the Kardashian Jenners ever had, before they changed the policy. From there, things moved fast. Victoria got offered a full-time position as the office manager. She was the first one in the building every morning, handling phone calls, managing the schedule, making sure packages were received, keeping everything running smoothly. And since all the sisters shared that one office space, it was busy, but she loved it. She thrived in that environment. Eventually, Kris Jenner moved her into a role working specifically for Kylie and Kendall. The logic was simple. Victoria had already been around, the girls knew her, they liked her, and it just made sense. But pretty quickly, she realized that splitting her time between two people who both needed her full attention was nearly impossible. If one sister needed her, she was already with the other one, so she had to make a choice. And right around that time, Kylie was launching Kylie Cosmetics, and Victoria was already deeply involved in helping with that, so she chose Kylie. Now, within that role, Victoria cycled through a few different positions. She went from house manager, which she openly admitted she was not cut out for, since she didn't even own a house herself and had no idea how to manage pool maintenance, gardeners, or home repairs, to personal assistant, and then eventually to more of an executive role. And it was during that transition that things started to shift. Not in a dramatic way, but in a very human way. She and Kylie had simply gotten too close. And this is where it gets real. Victoria talked about a specific moment that made her realize it was time to move on.
Imagine, this is like year 5. Me and Kylie, obviously we had a working relationship, but you can't not get so close to a person that you see every single day. And you know everything about, and you're with them at all times, good or bad. You just become close to this person. So I remember we're in the kitchen, and she was like, oof, like I need my laptop and it's upstairs. And I was like, oof, who's gonna get that?
She laughed about it on the podcast, but she said in that moment, she knew. When you've become so close to the person you work for that you forget the professional boundaries entirely, it's probably time to step away. And that's exactly what she did. But when the news got out that Victoria was no longer working for Kylie, people went wild. Everyone knew who Victoria was because she and Kylie were constantly posting together on social media. So naturally, fans assumed there had to be some kind of falling out, especially since the whole Jordyn Woods situation was still fresh in everyone's minds. People were convinced there was drama. Victoria actually had to hop on her Instagram story to shut the rumors down. She told everyone that the departure was completely mutual, that she and Kylie had simply decided it was time to grow separately on a professional level, and that their friendship was actually stronger than ever because of it. And looking at them now, that checks out. They still hang out. They still post each other. They share the same friend group. Everything is good. Kylie, for her part, was apparently super gracious about the whole thing. Victoria said that when she told Kylie she was ready to leave, Kylie was nothing but supportive. She told her she wanted her to thrive and that she'd always be there for her. Victoria even helped Kylie find her replacement before she left, which honestly says a lot about how the two of them handled it. And I think Kylie probably learned from this experience too, because if you've noticed, she doesn't really post with her current assistant the way she used to post with Victoria. Those boundaries seem a little more clearly defined now. Now, speaking of Victoria's podcast, it's actually been serving up some pretty solid content beyond just the Kylie stories. Recently, they had Devin Lee Carlson on as a guest, and they asked her about the whole situation with Billie Eilish's Grammy-winning song, Wildflower. If you're not familiar with the backstory, here's the quick version. Devin dated Jesse Rutherford from The Neighborhood for years. After they broke up, Jesse went on to date Billie Eilish. And Billie then released Wildflower, which fans immediately connected to Devin, especially since Devin literally owns a company called Wildflower Cases. The song explores the experience of getting close to someone who's going through a breakup and then ending up in a relationship with the person they were crying over. So the connection was pretty obvious. When it first came out, people had mixed feelings. Some thought it was a violation of girl code if Billie had been comforting Devin during the breakup and then started dating Devin's ex, but time has clearly healed things. Devin and Billie have been spotted hanging out since, and it seems like they've bonded over their shared experience. On the podcast, Devin said she actually ran into Billie at a party after the Grammy win, and they had a sweet moment together. Devin told her the speech was perfect and that she was genuinely happy for her. She did admit she never actually listened to the full song. She only read the lyrics, but she's clearly in a place now where she can laugh about the whole thing. All right, now let's pivot to Kylie herself and what she's been up to. She recently admitted on Instagram that she deleted her social media apps for a little while. Her exact words were, "Deleted my apps for a little, but I'm back now." And honestly, I'm almost positive this was a post-Oscars decision. If you were online at all during that time, you know that the internet was absolutely consumed with drama surrounding her boyfriend, Timothée Chalamet, and the whole ballet and opera situation. It was everywhere. Every time you opened your phone, that's all anyone was talking about. So I completely get why Kylie would want to just remove herself from that for a bit. Shortly after the Oscars chaos died down, Kylie and Timothee headed off on a tropical vacation together, and they've both been sharing photos from the trip. Now, they didn't post any pictures together directly, but it's painfully obvious they were in the same place. Same jet ski, same backgrounds, same energy. And honestly, Kylie looks happier than she has in any of her previous public relationships. She's glowing. She shared some cozy behind-the-scenes shots of herself, watching something on her laptop, and just looking completely relaxed. And Timothee posted a video of himself being goofy and playful on the beach. Say what you want about these two, but the vibe is undeniable. He's clearly comfortable enough around her to just be silly, and she looks genuinely at peace. I really do think they work well together. So that's the full update. Victoria finally gave us the story behind her time with Kylie, and it's honestly refreshing to hear that it ended on such a positive note. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.